Hi, y'all. Happy Thursday. Live and direct from the Frank Beck Chevrolet Studio Annex. It's another edition of Time Out Overtime on the Time Out Overtime YouTube channel. I'm Rick Arsenal. You know the drill. If you haven't done so yet, please get down there in the corner and smash that like and subscribe button. Remember to remind your friends, too, that the next subscriber to my podcast will be the winner. And if you're already a subscriber, you know what they will win. Just let them know that, if you would, please. Thank you very much. I didn't. Brad Holmes just finished his speaking a little while ago here to the press at his year-ending press conference back with the media. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. I didn't get a chance to soak in the entire thing of what he said or didn't say. I can tell you right off the top, when he was asked a question about Dan Campbell grading himself, giving himself an F on the job that he did this year. Brad Holmes more or less said, well, if Dan did that, I guess I will too. And he gave himself an F. I don't quite, why? Because Dan Campbell did? I don't like that. Briefly, they did. Frank Ragnow was discussed. Not much new there to report. I could tell you last week in his final radio show with the flagship, Jared Goff said he's not coming back, and I think the odds of Taylor Decker not coming back either are probably 75-25 that he won't be back. I don't think Graham Glasgow will be back, but I don't think that's of his choosing. He did say they will have a new center next year, either through free agency or a trade or the draft. Brad, you cannot have a rookie center. I'm sorry, you just can't. Okay, it won't work. It's too much responsibility for a rookie to tangle with or to handle right now. Calling signals at the line, who covers, who gets, this is your man there, you go, man. No, a rookie can't handle that. Center of any line has to be its leader. And a rookie trying to lead a veteran line is not going to work. Look, if the Ravens indeed don't put the franchise tag on Tyler Linderbaum or don't re-sign him, and I don't think they will because they've already spent a lot of money on several other players on their team in order to retain their services. I think Tyler Linderbaum, that's a mouthful, and it will be a free agent. That's the guy you got to target. He's only 25. He's a perennial Pro Bowler. Give him a 5 or 6 year deal and make him, of course, in order to do this, they're going to have to restructure some contracts. Make him the highest paid center of the game. I think in order to do that, you're going to have to restructure some contracts, namely Jared Goff and Aiden Hutchinson, possibly St. Brown. And you go to these guys and ask them, do you want to win? We need a center. I think they would cooperate with that. Okay. They're not losing any money. They're just moving money around. That's what restructuring contracts is. But the focus should be on the offensive line and the secondary. You're not going to have Brian Branch to start that. Don't plan on having Brian Branch at all next year. Okay. He's going to miss 1/2 to 2/3 of the season. And when he comes back, he's not going to hit the ground running like the old 32 has been since he's been here. Okay. Look at Lee McNeil this year. His first game back, he had an impact in the Tampa Bay game. And after that, he went not like that. He'll be back. He'll be more productive next year. That's just the way it is with injuries like this, whether it's an ACL or Achilles or a badly broken ankle or whatever. And I think that's what affected J.D. Reed, too. Before he got hurt, before he went on IR, he was pretty darn productive. After that, coming back, he wasn't any good. next year. Next year. So they've got to address. Anzalone will be gone. They might look to the draft or free agency or trade of picking up another linebacker. But the main focus should be the offensive line. Okay. If Decker does retire, I think they're going to move Sewell over to left tackle. They could draft a rookie with the first round pick, either one of the two guys from Utah or the big tackle out of Alabama. I don't have these names written down right now. I can't remember all of them. At right tackle and at Linderbaum center. And I think you've got a good young guard rotation there between Mahogany and Ratledge and Frazier. I think that's a huge upgrade on the offensive line. I don't know if David Montgomery's coming back or not. We'll see. If he's not, they're going to need another running back. But I don't know why Brad Holmes even bothers to do this, because he doesn't really say a whole lot. All right. As far as it is tested or pushed up against the wall, and if you will, and asked if how aggressive he's going to be in free agency, they didn't really say it. You know, I don't know. He doesn't really reveal a whole lot. I don't know if he plays poker much or not, but it's hard to get a read on Brad Holmes. You know, again, the old line of, well, we have more information than you do. We have all this and that. We know a lot more about it than you do. Blah blah this and that. Same old, same old. Okay, if I pick up anything else between now and tomorrow, I'll let you know. Okay, that's where that's at right now. So there are 8 coaching vacancies in the National Football League, head coaching vacancies right now. That's 25%, or 1/4 of the teams are looking for new head coaches. Of course, in the last 24 hours, the Ravens said goodbye to John Harbaugh. And this morning, about 11 o'clock, the news came out that Dolphins were parting ways with Mike McDaniel. Tremendous young offensive mind. Tremendous. Innovative, creative. Think what he could do with the weapons. Of course, Sam Laporta coming back next year. Think what he could do with the weapons the Lions have. And an upgraded offensive line. He has to know if he take an OC job with the Lions. And by the way, Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network did report earlier today, an hour or two after the announcement was made about McDaniel, that the Lions have already reached out to Mike McDaniel about their offensive coordinator vacancy. He has to understand, they're playing a 4th place schedule this year or next year. Higher draft picks, the weapons he would have to work with on offense, and Jared Goff, and approved. He has to understand and realize he must. If he's successful and the Lions get to a Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl, he'd be at the top of the list for head coaching candidates. He would have to be. But right now, eight coaching vacancies in the National Football League. Wow. Well, that's a lot. Mike McDaniel. I mentioned Deckler, the offensive coordinator for the Bears, as a possibility. There's Brian Dable, Kevin Stefanski, Keflin, the fellow who was the interim coach for the Giants. These are all good offensive minds. So I don't know how soon or McDaniel is even going to interview with the Lions, but they have already contacted him. That's good. Glad to see that. But like I said, as far as he didn't tip his hand either way, as far as how aggressive he's going to be in free agency. We will have a new center. He mentioned Ratledge too. I don't know. Second-year man. They tried that in training camp before switching him over to right guard. I suppose because he is a rookie, but it's not like that's new to him. I think he did play some center at Georgia. All right, I'll have more to say about the Lions. I just want to remind you, too, of their schedule. I mentioned a 4th place schedule for next year. Keep in mind, these are home games. Keep in mind, one of these games will be played in Munich, Germany. Bears, Packers, Vikings, of course, Bucks, Saints, Patriots, Jets, Giants, Titans. On the road, same thing. Bears, Packers, Vikings, Falcons, Panthers, Bills in their new stadium, Dolphins, Cardinals. So McDaniel were to take that OC job, he'd be going back to his old stomping grounds next year, Hard Rock Stadium, which, by the way, is where the week from Monday, the 19th, is where the National Collegiate Championship game will be played between, we don't know yet because tonight is 7:30 at ESPN, in the Fiesta Bowl. Where is that being played? In Arizona, I believe. Yeah. The Fiesta Bowl in suburban Phoenix tonight. You've got Ole Miss in Miami, 7:30 at ESPN. And then tomorrow night, you got the Peach Bowl from Atlanta. Two Big Ten teams going at it, Oregon and Indiana. Now you're down to your final two, and like I said, they'll play a week from Monday, the 19th, at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami for the National Collegiate Championship. I think that's too late. Again, as I've said before, there's no reason you can't have games in December and play the national championship game on New Year's Day. I don't know if you're going to change that or not, but okay. Are we done with football? I think we are. Let's get our sponsors out of the way here first before we go any further. Anything else I wanted to say here? Oh, yeah, there is one thing. The Lions schedule for next year. I'm glad I've got so many notes here, I tend to overlook some things. The winning percentage of the schedule, the Lions, of the teams that the Lions are playing next year, the Lions schedule for next year, the 17 games, those teams that they are playing next year, this year, had a combined winning percentage of 467. 467. Fourth place schedule. I don't know. I said Brad Holmes. Was there a sense of urgency? No, but he's always been that way. Brad Holmes is just, again, I don't know why he even bothers to do this, because he's not going to say much. That's just the way he is. You think, as long as Dan gave him save myself an F, I guess I will too. I don't like that. Just take responsibility. Well, I will too, but don't leave Dan out of it. Okay. He shouldn't have even brought his name up. Why? You're giving yourself an F because Dan did? Really, Brad? Okay. We're brought to you in part, as you know, by the Finish Line Family Restaurant here in Hillsdale. In operation for more than 40 years, 4 decades. New expanded hours under new ownership, and now they're open Monday, Thursday, and Friday from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. They've got a lot of new menu items. Award-winning breakfast served all day, fast, friendly service, great family atmosphere. Remember, when you dine and you fuel up and you dine at the Finish Line, you'll always finish first. I guarantee you that. And that's why I'll see you there, okay? All right. We're also brought to you in part by Frank Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville. Hey, for a really great deal on a truck or an SUV, or pre-owned vehicle, get in there and see one of those great salesmen. And don't forget that award-winning service department to back that up. Chevrolet Together, Let's Drive, 517-849-2886. Chevrolet Together, Let's Drive, Chevy Drive, Southern Michigan. And, of course, Beck Chevrolet and M99 between Hillsdale and Jonesville is the immediate number one Chevrolet selling dealer in our immediate tri-state area. So get in there and experience the Frank Beck Chevrolet difference. And don't forget on the web at frankbeckchevy.com. Okay? All right. We're also brought to you in part by Barrett Insurance on M99 at US 12 in Jonesville, 517-849-1000. That's BarrettINS.com. Barrett Insurance. protecting your dreams. 517-849-1000. On M99 at US 12 in Jonesville. Barrett Insurance, protecting your dreams. That's BarrettINS.com. Pistons shorthanded again last night. No problem. Isaiah Stewart, a career high, 31 points. This is probably the deepest bench. Pistons have had some deep benches when they won championships. But boy, what are they? I've never seen a bench this deep on any NBA team. Do all roads in the NBA East lead through Detroit right now? I think they do. They're 28-9. They're on a pace to win at least 60 games. They've only done that 2 other times in the history of the franchise. This team is on a pace to win 60 games. They are, what did Mark Champion say last night? They're 28-6 when at least one regular is out. Think about that. When they're missing at least one regular, they're 28-6. That's because they have such a deep bench. No regulars, no problem. The super subs will take care of it. Paul Reed. Well, hey, you talk about an unsung hero. Like Paul Reed isn't. I don't know who is. Dennis Jenkins, Green. They played good defense last night. Like I said, Isaiah Stewart, a career high, 31 points. Their next game will be then Saturday night at LCA against the LA Clippers. It's a payback game. Clippers beat them a couple of weeks ago out in LA, and they're not very good anyway. So, Red Wings in action tonight against the hapless Vancouver Canucks at LCA. Yes, is it a game they should win? Yes. But these are the kind of games in recent years the Wings have been losing. If they win tonight, they'll go back into first place with 56 points in the Atlantic Division of the East. I think Todd McClellan has done a good job mixing these line combinations up. They weren't getting a lot of scoring. They did produce 5 goals the other night in a win at Ottawa. So Todd McClellan seems to know what he's doing. In fact, I think if he'd have started the season last year as the Piston head coach, I think they would have made the playoffs. I really do. No. Quality PC downtown Hillsdale, as I told you before, is the only place around here to go for tech services. Anything. Computers, newer used, flat screen TV, mounting, programming setup. Perhaps you're changing internet providers, you need that installed. Printers, newer used, anything at all. You can enter and see Tim Lilly or one of his staff. 517-610-5372 at 37 Walter Street in downtown Hillsdale. And when you get in there, tell me and make you sent you. Will you please? Thank you very much. It's the only place around here to go. I speak from personal experience with those guys. They are the best. I don't know. I wouldn't be here without them. They're good. They know what they're doing. More than capable of resolving any tech issues you have. Get in there and see them. Will you please? Like I said, tell me and make you sent you. Thank you very much. Quickly then, I'm almost done. Michigan State Spartans basketball. They do have a game at the Breslin tonight against Northwestern. And they've got one more game here against Indiana, I believe, either Saturday or Sunday before they head out west to play Washington and Oregon. Michigan Wolverines' next game will be Saturday, a nationally televised game at Chrysler against Wisconsin. They're still the number 2 team in all the land. And like I said, it's a nationally televised game on CBS Saturday at 1 o'clock. And then they will also pack their bags and head out west to the Great Northwest. They'll be out there at the same time the Spartans are to play Oregon and Washington. Does that beg the question, when do these guys go to school? They can't possibly go to all their classes, can they? I understand they're out on semester break right now. But with all this transcontinental travel from Rutgers in the east to Southern Cal and Oregon and Washington in the west, they can't possibly go to all their classes anymore, can they? Boy, that's tough. Spring training isn't that far off, about 4 weeks. Closer we get to that, the more we'll have to say about the Tigers right now. So that's going to do it. Have I covered everything I wanted to? I think I have. One more thing. Bryce Underwood has announced a couple of days ago he will be back at Michigan. I know he and his new coach, Kyle Whittingham, have already had several discussions. Okay. I'll have more to say about the Lions tomorrow when I find out the gist or more of what Brad Holmes had to say today. But what watch. Well, till tomorrow then. That's going to do it. Don't forget every Saturday morning here locally from 9 to 10 on WCSR 92.1 FM with Andy and Jed. So I'll talk to you all again one more time this week tomorrow. So until then, I say thank you so much for watching and listening. Remember to please treat each other with respect. Have yourselves a good evening. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching.